Well, ACC fortunately has experienced double-digit growth since 2019, and that includes the two very difficult years during the COVID pandemic, and I'm referring to obviously 2020 and 2021. And you have to remember that during that period, most Americans were quarantined in their home for almost 18 months. So what are they going to do? What they did was they decided on home improvements. And as a result, they were buying washers and dryers and replacing a refrigerator, but especially they were buying consumer electronics. And I'm talking about televisions and computers. And you know, when you buy that type of equipment, you spend that investment, they want to make sure that companies are doing the right thing by them, honoring their words and promises. And so as a result, they joined ACC because they know that ACC is one of the strongest consumer advocacy organizations in the country, and that we work every day to try to ensure that products and services that consumers buy work right the first time. And I think our record demonstrates that ACC knows how to work with companies, I'm talking about consumer goods and services especially, to ensure that they honor their words and promises. We have a strong presence on social media as well, and companies recognize that. They don't want to get crossway with an organization like ACC that has such a strong influence on social media. And I do think that companies are trying to do the right thing most of the time when it comes to consumer products and services and how they treat their customers. And obviously ACC wants to make sure that that happens. I think a second factor that's very important that was a byproduct of the COVID pandemic was jobs. You know, so many people either retired or unfortunately they lost their jobs during the pandemic. So what are they going to do? They relied on ACC's financial education services and especially our excellent video series to try to guide them in a new career direction or plan for their future. And finally, you know, we opened the door for so many consumers during the past 6 years with our relationship with credit unions. What happened is, it's interesting, consumers found out that credit unions are member-focused, they're service-driven, and because they're nonprofit financial institutions, they care much more about the member first and foremost than profitability. So when you put all these factors together, I think that's why ACC has enjoyed double-digit growth during the past 6 years.